Humans of Blarnea, I want to show you one thing. Here we are in Fallout 76, and I'm about to do some stuff with some chems. I'm here in the chemistry station in my camp, and I have the chemist card on and super duper. I'm about to multiply some chems here in the process of creation. The chemist card lets me produce twice as many chems, which is why it says ×2. I have the recipe for Psycho Buff, which does plus 25% damage, plus 3 strength, plus 3 endurance, plus 65 max health for 3 minutes, increasing my hunger and thirst. But it takes 1 buff out and psycho. So if I could buy a bunch of those, I get at least ×2. Because you take both of those, it makes 1, it makes 2 again. But then with Super Duper, there's a % chance where you get double the amount that you craft. Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you. Right over here in our cards, we have Super Mac Duper. We'll show it to you right over here if you can see it. When you craft anything, there is a 30% chance you'll get double results. So if you craft at least 3 things, you'll get probably 4 things, but a chance for more. So the odds are if you craft at least 3 things, you'll get at least 4 things. If you craft at least 6 things, you get at least 8 things. Ooh. And it goes like that. And it multiplies. You see? It's a luck card. And right over here we have Chemist. You get double the quantity whenever I craft chems. Oh yeah. Here's my camp. Blah, blah, blah. Just for the information's sake. Well, look. It says Gooboberti.com. I got the free water for the people. I got the lookout. I got the light. I got the power. I got the decon station. Ooh yeah. I got my store. All kinds of flims and flams. Let's turn that radio on, my man. Yeah. Yeah. Cool EO. Yep, got the Betsy Ross. Got my flim flams all around. Yeah. Fire. Ooh. Flag. Farm. Bed. Modular. But over here's my tools. My workshop. 1 second. There we go. This is what I look like. America. Right? And time to craft. Look at that frog. Hey there, frog. What's up? Crafting. I will toggle craftable. Go to drugs. Psycho buff. I have 93 buff out and 75 psycho. Let's see how much we can make. How much psycho buff we can make, that is. Yeah, let's check it out. Every so often you hear a noise, and that noise indicates when I get twice as much. But it doesn't always make the noise. Sometimes it waits until you're out of it, like that. See that symbol right there? That means I just got twice as much. See, and then it keeps giving it to you afterwards. Okay, so let's go back in and continue on. I'm just trying to show you. But this is awesome. Plus 25% damage, plus 3 strength. So that's plus 15 pounds carry weight. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. 40 and 21. This is why I go out there and I buy up as much as possible, because it's awesome when you have this permanent supply of psycho buff. Awesome. I mean, Fury and all that is great as well. You see it does plus 30% melee damage, plus 25 damage resist. You know, not 25% plus 25 damage resistance. You know, you have damage and or you have damage. Well, I don't know if that's a percentage, because you have physical and energy resistance. It might mean physical. I don't know. But either way, you have different things with different purposes. Buff Tats is nice as well. It just throws on some perception in there. But Psycho Buff is what I really like. Cool. That's it. And while we're here, I'll do a couple more chemistry things. Okay, let's melt everything I can with my available acid. You get ore from around the map, from workshops and whatnot, and you gotta smelt it. It counts as some other material in your inventory. It weighs a whole lot, I guess. But this converts it over to junk. I'll make some fertilizer out of my spoiled vegetables and meat. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And. Rad away. A bit of stim pack diluted. That's what I do. It is what I do. Lovely. Now I need more purified water. I do. Ew. Everything else is fine. Fine, and or fine. It's wonderful. But here, of course, you have your weapons workbench and your armor and all your stuff that you gotta do. This is for alcohol, and this is cooking. So I'll see if I could repair my armor. Most Ricky tick. Just take a couple seconds. I'll swap out a couple cards here. I took off chemistry. I'm putting on fix it good. I can repair armor and power armor up to 200%. Okay. And because I'm repairing my armor, I will put on White Knight. My armor breaks 60% more slowly and is cheaper to repair. You see. Let's repair, and let's see what materials we need. We might not have everything, but we do there. You see, I'm looking at the condition over here. There we go. It was only one item that we had to repair, so we're fine. Everything's okay. Now it's time to repair the weapons. Swap out that Fix It Good card, because I only have 3 intelligence. I can only have 1 card at a time on. Otherwise, I'd put both cards on really quick. Weapon Artisan. Repair my weapons. I have my Bloodied Power Fist, +1 strength, limb damage, and bloodied. More damage as I have lower life. And the meat hook, it's already fine. I have my Bloodied Sniper Rifle. Very good. See, I'm repairing it up to 200. You can see that white line on top. Everything else is fine. Fine. Now we'll make some ammo. So I'll take off White Knight. I'll put on Ammo Smith. Produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. This is an agility card. Along with Super Duper, it'll work just fine. Swap out Intelligence for Nerd Rage. Yeah. Molotov. Yeah. Cool. Well then. I'm going to bulk up the items I don't need, you see. Some items I don't really need, and I bulk them so I could sell them. It's a part of the game, you see. It's a big part of the game. It's really managing your materials. I take plastic, 2 pieces of plastic to make any one bulk item. It takes, let's say, 15 ceramic to make that. It'll take 20 lead to make each bulk item there, but it weighs less, so I'll bulk that. So right now, whenever you bulk items, it makes 2 things weigh less. Just the aluminum and the lead. Everything else weighs the same, or maybe even a little bit more. So I could be free to bulk up the lead and the aluminum, selling however much I want, even though I use the lead to make ammo. Okay. Now let's make some energy ammo, because I do use plastic for this. So there we go. I don't want to use up all my plastic doing the bulking, because I use plastic for my plasma rifle's ammo. So there we are. Because I use the Ammo Smith, you see it says 54. Every time I make 1 unit of ammo, it's actually 54 rounds. It would have been half of that. Or something. I'll make as much as possible. We ran out. I'll make normal 5.56 now. It takes lead, steel, and gunpowder. I get gunpowder off of mutants or other stuff. Or I craft it using acid and cloth. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. I'll bulk the rest up if I can. How about some of that rubber? Done. Everything is fine. I'll dump everything into my stash box with the T button. Yes, everything is okay. Okay. Seeing as we have Super Duper still on, I'll use a cooking station and I'll cook whatever I can. Foods, but I really focus on the meat. The main resources you're using is the meat and wood. If you're cooking a lot of things, you end up running out of wood. Wood is used quite a bit. It's also used whenever you make alcohol. Okay, let's boil some water. I'm boiling water for our alcohol that we're about to make. I will be making more alcohol, but I have to harvest more resources such as corn, razor grain, snaptail reed from the west coast of the forest. I'll be doing that in a bit. Yeah. Okay, that's about enough. Let's walk over here to the brewing station. And I'll sort by craftable with the Q button. Spirits, whiskey. As much as possible. And, yep, we're going to run out of corn first. There we go. Because I have a crop back there, so I'm able to make some stuff here. Bam. And we'll make some Nuka-Cola Dark. Snaptail Reed. We don't have anything else. All done. There we go. Now, it'll take time for that alcohol to be really usable. Right now it's very weak. But if you put it in this fermenter, it'll ferment faster, I guess. So I'll put as much as possible. 9 whiskeys and 1 Nuka-Cola Dark. And then I'll go back by my vendors and I'll load up all the ammo I can. This is what I do whenever I'm at my camp here. A bunch of these tasks, and I have to make sure I have my hot bar all straightened out. So this is my ammo vendor. I'm selling a lot of different things for pretty low prices. So let's throw everything back in here, because people buy ammo all the time. And I always figure that the more you sell, the more they're likely to buy. You know? They see a large number and they start thinking wholesale. Where their mind goes. I sell everything for pretty much 1, which is wholesale prices, right? 1. Some things rarely get sold for 2 or more. These 50 cal I've been selling for 5. I figure someone's gonna want them. I'll lower the price eventually. The 2mm I'm selling for 2 because the default price is 10. That's why. The 5.56 I've been selling in large chunks because I don't really use that weapon. I'm selling it for 2 each. I sell large chunks all the time. Thousands of caps. Caps is the currency system. 5mm. There it is. Cryo cell. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Fuel. All day, every day. Fusion cells. Baby, baby, bay. Lovely. Gamma round. 10. Plasma cartridge. That's what I need for my own weapons. So I have to keep it. And shotgun shells. I'm selling at 1. Awesome. Now we have our junk. Look at all these lights and plants and frogs and stuff. It's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah. Good night, James. On the live stream. Good night. Ooh. Okay, for our junk here, I'm going to pull out as much junk as possible from down below so I can sell it individually. This might take a second, but it's okay. You'll learn my prices, which are generally 1 or 3 or 6 or 12 or 10. But I try to sell all this extra stuff, like these springs and gears. All this stuff. I try to keep it on sale so that if I ever need something, I know I could pull it out of my own store. It's like a bank system where I can't touch it. Okay, cool. So, I'm not doing any bulk, but circuits, 6 each. Copper scrap, 10. Crystal shards, 2. I guess 3. We'll do 3. Crystal shards, 3. adhesive. That's a lot. And we're going to do 3. Yeah. Fiber optic bundle, 10 it is, because you use 5 fiber optics plus raw yellow cake to make orbital strike beacons, and that's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. You have your screws and gears. I'm selling all these for 3 each. Yeah. Gears. Nuclear waste I sell for, let's do it for 12, because I want to. Fertilizer, nah. I'll sell for 2. Uh-oh, 3. I'll sell the fertilizer for 3, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Silver, I'll sell for 6. Yep. Ultracite, I'll sell for 25. Waste acid, I sell for 3. Waste oil, I sell for 3. And everything else is moot. Awesome, moving on. Now for my legendaries. I'll sort by weight so that everything goes to the very top. I have a bunch of clothing in my stash here. I have to make sure that everything's available for sale. I'm pulling everything out of my stash so I can sell it. So we have the Furious Ultracite Pistol. I'll sell you for... oh, default 500. This grenade launcher, default... I have these ridiculous prices sometimes, just to be a good person. Bolstering, you will be a real price over 2,000. Done. You are level 40, but you're a 2-star, and you're bolstering, so I'll make you 1,500. Regenerating, you're a garbage. Cheap price. Done. This last vendor is for all the good stuff. All the bobbleheads, the flux, you know, so let's sell some bobbleheads here. I'm selling all these bobbleheads for 100 each. So I'll sell it for 100. People have bought my charisma head before. Okay, yeah. Cool. And all my serums are in there as well. Let's sort by value. Look at the very top. Okay, bobbleheads. We're fine. So that's the vendor. Everything is okay. So now I have a bunch of garbage that I need to get rid of. Okay. These heads, yeah. Yep, and yep. And let's put everything back in the box. Cool, 784. Now I'll look at my plans and get rid of the extra plans. I'll drop it right here on the ground. Yep. I'll look at my flim flam, get rid of the explosives. Yep, everything's okay. And we'll run right over here. Check this out for 5 seconds. There is currency inside, but that's what I do every time I fully prepare my little basey poo. Another step would have been to go through my junk and get rid of some stuff, but we weren't at the limit. Everything's kind of okay. I have to make sure I constantly, continually update my stock because people buy stuff all the time. And every, I think, 5 minutes or so, I can come back or something like that and pick more vegetables. Yeah. So now my next step is to take over 85 quintillion workshops around the map. You see these workshops all over the map, going all crazy and stuff. These things, yeah. We're taking those over for all kinds of crazy flim-flam flavored Mac-diddle resources, my friend. I'm working on these maps here that you can gain access to at the Gooboberti Collective Facebook group, you see. Whenever I fully update them, they'll be ready for the people. Oh yes, they will be ready for the people. I have my up-to-date project there. But this is what I do. Go through the map while doing other things and stopping by player vendors and making sure that everything is fine and going to deliberate locations for resources. You're trying to take over as many workshops as possible. It is a competitive environment. Sometimes people know who you are and try to mess with you by taking over your workshops, but that's what it's really about. You'll see whenever the next update comes, the big one. I think we'll learn more about the value of these workshops. But yes, you can check out that map on the group page, Gooboberti Collective, or you could head on down to gooboberti.com for other flim-flams. My camp is right here, right next to White Springs, which is a fantastic location right now for me. Many people come through. These people here will be probably stopping by my camp. Maybe. Maybe. Especially if they hover over my name and they see a high level player, they assume maybe I have some good stuff for sale. You know. Just like if you see a very low level player, you kind of assume that they might not have anything. But yeah. Awesome game. Plenty of potential. Fallout 76. Shazam. And Shazam. Vortex.